So here we go. Now, I picked the NFC North because I think Aaron Rodgers is coming back. Now, I'm not going to give you the records until the end. I'm going to just give you the order and explain the order. And we have a little NFL music we can go. Let's start with the Green Bay Packers. I have them winning the division. First of all, Aaron Rodgers returns with a chip on his shoulder. Secondly, they address their number one weakness in the draft they have the last 2 years, cornerback. The number one part of their defense I really, really like, though, is their defensive front, and they added Muhammad Wilkerson. So they got better at the area with Mike Daniels that I really like. Here's the other thing. NFL seasons are a lot like movies. If you have a great start for 20 minutes and you have a great ending for 20 minutes, you can elevate above a so-so middle. The Packers' schedule, first 5 games, they're going to go 5-0 potentially. Bears at home, Vikings at home, Washington on the road, Buffalo at home at Detroit. Very possible they go 5-0 in their first 5 games. By the way, they have a very soft landing at the end of the year. Bears, Jets, and Lions at home. Packers could go 8-0 first 5 and last 3 weeks. Green Bay will win the division. Let's go to number 2, Minnesota. Okay, don't freak out. I love where the Vikings are headed. I like their direction. I like their front office. I like their owner. I like their coach. I like Kirk Cousins. I'm just saying they're going to pull back a little this year. They got a new quarterback. They've got a new coordinator. They've got a new system. Their top running back's coming off a torn ACL. Their second running back, they lost to the 49ers. They were bizarrely healthy last year on defense, where all their best defensive players played 16 games. They didn't turn the ball over at all last year. That never happens in back-to-back years. And frankly, their schedule is brutal to start. They open up with Jimmy Garoppolo, at Aaron Rodgers, at Jared Goff and Sean McVay at the Rams, at Carson Wentz and the Eagles. Whereas the Packers could get off to a 5-0 start, home games, weaker teams, their road against better teams. They could be 2-3 and still be a very good football team. The Vikings' end of the year is also tougher than Green Bay's. I like Minnesota. I'm not saying they're going to be awful. I'm just picking them for second. Let's go to Detroit. Last year they were 9-7, but it should be noted they were 2-0 against the Packers because they faced Brett Hundley twice. So I think they're a third-place team. They've always been in that 9-7, 8-8, 7-9 thing. They got a new coach, Matt Patricia. I don't think this is going to be a home run, mostly because none of Belichick's coordinators are a home run as a head coach. Now, I do like Matt Stafford, and I think based on Matt's talent, he is able to overcome coaching deficiencies, coordinator issues, health issues. They've got a bad O-line, though. It was bad last year. It's not much better. You know, they're trying to revamp their running game. They're trying. But if you can't run the football, you better do a lot of other things well, and I don't think they do a lot of other things well. Also, their offseason's been sort of meh. And finally, the Chicago Bears. Listen, again, I like some of their players. I do not trust their ownership, and I do not trust their front office. And they've got a brand new head coach, and they've got a brand new coordinator. And their first 7 games will be very interesting. At Green Bay, Seattle, at Arizona, Tampa, Miami, Patriots, Jets. It'll really be decided in their first 7 games. If they went 4-3 with those, I could see it. And if they went 2-5 with those, I could see it. But here's my issue with them. Mitch Trubisky. How do we know he's any good? He had the 5th worst passer rating in the league, and the other 4 guys behind him are now all backups. He threw 7 touchdown passes. He never had a game with a second touchdown pass. I didn't like him coming out of college. I said on the air I would draft Deshaun Watson number 1. I thought he was easily the best quarterback. Trubisky's what they call a front leg thrower. I think he's a poor man's Jimmy Garoppolo, and I mean a real poor man's Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't think he's close to Jimmy Garoppolo. So here we go with my standings. In the NFC North, put it down. Packers win the division at 11-5. 11-5, Packers win the division. The Vikings are still a playoff viable team. I thought about 10-6. I put them back at 9-7. New coordinator, new quarterback, brutal first 5 weeks of schedule. Lions are around 500. I don't buy Matt Patricia, but I do think Matt Stafford's great. And, the more I went to the Bears, I could be way wrong on this. But if you told me today I have to guess Trubisky's going to work or not, I am on the fence. I really am on the fence. And they got a new coordinator, and they got a new head coach, and I don't trust their ownership. And it really comes down to the Bears for me to the first 7 games of the year. If they're 4-2, I'm wrong. I'll own it. I don't have great vibes. It's not that tough of a schedule. Patriots in there. I don't have great vibes. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.